I'm matching every amazing digital circus character to the FIFA World Cup team that fits them best. And it'll all make sense with Japanese. Stick around to the end too. There might be a special surprise. Peep game and lock in. The FIFA World Cup is the biggest soccer or football tournament in the entire world. And since my home country, the United States, is one of this year's host countries, I figured I'd celebrate in the only way I know how, by making a completely ridiculous TADC video. So let's get into the gas. Zooble. Picking a team for Zooble is actually a lot easier than you might think. In the Japanese version of episode 6, they're constantly using gaming terms and very online language, which tells me one thing: they spend a lot of time in internet culture. So when it comes to the World Cup, I think Zooble would be backing Croatia. You see, most people treat Croatia as a kind of an underdog, but honestly, this kind of fits Zooble. They don't give off the energy that they are someone who just blindly follows the crowd. So they'd probably pick a team that's a little bit different than the obvious choices. Overall, I think Croatia fits Zooble because they're not trying to chase the spotlight. So they would just want something that matches their own vibe. And speaking of characters that have a really specific vibe, Gangle. Gangle is a little trickier because I don't think she would have a natural interest in sports, and even less so soccer. But we do know she's a weeb. And that already gives us a pretty big clue, because if there's one thing Gangle will trust, it's anime logic. So I see Gangle putting all of her money on Japan. She probably wouldn't know half the teams that are playing, but if anyone's putting blind faith in the Blue Lock Project, it's definitely Gangle. Kinger. If there's one team I see Kinger being a fan of, it's South Africa. And honestly, the reasoning is pretty simple. In an upset game against South Korea. And that kind of completely unexpected lock-in just feels so Kinger. He always locks in exactly when you need him to. So I had to go with the real-life equivalent of that. Ragatha. Ragatha, however, is on the completely opposite end of the spectrum. She's the type of person to go with a team that's reliable, respected, and has a lot of history behind it. So I think Ragatha would be backing England. It's a safe pick, sure, but that's kind of the point. England has that classic, traditional reputation, and Ragatha strikes me as someone that would appreciate that more than chasing an unpredictable underdog. Pomni. I'm not gonna lie, this one is more of a gut feeling pick. Pomni is definitely the type of person that would back Brazil in the World Cup. It clicks, okay? Maybe it's the mix of chaos, creativity, and somehow making impossible plays just go perfectly, but whatever it is just so right for Pomni. Honestly, I feel like the beach segment of episode 7 kind of solidified that for me. It just feels, I don't know, Pomni gives Brazil. Do you agree? I don't know. Jax would be supporting Norway. Now you might be wondering, why Norway? And the answer, my friends, is one very specific player, Erling Haaland. Have you seen this guy play? In my 23 years of existence, I have never seen anyone use cartoon physics in real life as effective as Erling Haaland. Like, look at this. And it's exactly the kind of violent nonsense absurdity that Jax would love. Why am I going so hard, Jesus? She wouldn't even care about the rest of the team. She'd just show up to watch Haaland kick a ball into somebody's face and then still somehow make a goal. And so there you have it, my picks for the... we're not done. Well, you thought we were done? No. Surprise! Ribbit and Kaufmo. We don't actually know a lot about these two, but the little we do see is enough to make some educated guesses about which team they would support in the World Cup. For Kaufmo, I'm thinking Denmark. They're incredibly underrated and have a really laid-back, chill energy, which feels like a perfect match for Kaufmo's vibe. Like, look at this guy. And finally, Ribbit. Definitely Mexico. Ribbit feels like the kind of character that just feeds off of other people's excitement. Like, she'd hear the entire stadium singing together, everyone jumping around and having a grand old time, and immediately want to be a part of it. The loud, colorful, and slightly chaotic atmosphere is exactly the kind of thing that would draw her in, which is why we put her with Mexico. And if you've seen videos of Mexico City after they won a match, you'd understand. Well, friends, that is the end of the video. Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, consider subscribing. My goal is to find the hidden Japanese and all the things that I care about, and I will definitely be back with more crack videos just like this one for y'all in the future. Well, that's all I got. Bye!